This is the Malab Philosopher. In this video, we're going to see a little bit about how to use circles in Google+. If we move over here to Home, as we said before, we hover over this, and we can go to here where it says People, which before was called Circles. So we're going to click on that guy and see what we're given. It's loading up. So as you can see here, it usually will pop out a whole bunch of people here. And, well, it's going to give me suggestions because of the fact that I have no one here, but that's not a problem. Okay, let's look at the options that we have here. We have Find People, Added You, and Your Circles. Here we can search for anyone. We have suggestions, Added You, Gmail contacts, Find Coworkers, Find Classmates, Connect Services. Now here, if I connect to services, I can connect Yahoo, connect Hotmail, and open an address book. If I click Open Address Book, it's going to say you can open an address book from Outlook, Thunderbird, Apple Address, and many other services that export files in comma-separated value, CSV, or vCard format. So I can actually choose a file, and that will upload those contacts here to see if I can find them in a more efficient manner. Very helpful for when I don't know who's on Google+ or how to find them. So after I finish that, I can go over here and have Added You. That's no one's added me so far. Well, maybe one person has. If I go here, not going to do anything. So I can just go to Your Circles. It's going to give me the same option here. This is the main point, and this is the most important, which are the circles. Everything in Google+ is based on this. And as you can see down here, we have the possibility of creating a circle, and we also have a few circles that are already made. Let's just create one and see how it works. We'll just add a circle here. We're going to say here test. I can add people if I want, but for right now we're just going to create an empty circle. And so the circle test is right here. So if I click on that, it will bring the circle up here. It tells me that I can edit the circle or I can delete the circle. Now, if I delete the circle, you're going to see what happens here. I'm going to delete this guy. And he will bounce around and roll away. Very interesting way of doing that. I can go back here, create another circle if I want. Same thing. Create an empty circle. That one will be added here again. So basically, the idea here is that with these circles, I add people here, and then I can share with them anything I want in the future in a specific manner without having everyone else in my contacts here see what I'm sharing. So now up here it's telling me order people by relevance and actions here. I can decrease the size of the circles or increase the size of the circles. That's, for example, if I increase them, you're going to see they're going to get bigger. I can decrease them and decrease them once again. Don't think I can decrease them a little bit more. So I can make these pretty darn small so I can see exactly what's going on. How many people can you put in these circles? Quite a few. We're talking about thousands. Different people have had different problems with how many they can put in. They run around about 2,000, and I think some people have gotten up to 5,000. But pretty much unless you are someone of renown, you're probably not going to have that problem. I don't think you're going to get up too much to be beyond 5,000 people anyway. So pretty much here, lots of people have, around 500, maybe 1,000 people. If you do end up having a problem with a limit, please put a comment below the video so I can investigate that. But normally, you can add quite a few people in these circles. So now that we have our circles, we just want to find someone here to add. So we can just put whoever here. It's going to load. It's going to add a whole bunch of famous people here because of the fact that there's no one else floating around. We'll add our friend Mark here to the test one. As I grab him, literally you have to do this in a more dynamic manner. You have to put your cursor here above the person, you grab it, and then you just slide it down here to test. And it says what happens, and it tells you can share with them and see what they're sharing with you. People you add to circles can use Hangouts. They'll be notified and can add you to their own circles, but they'll never see the names of the circles you've added them to. This is very important. No one who you add to a circle knows what circle. So if you put someone in a circle saying, never talk to these people or something like that. They'll never know that you're in that circle. So if you put them in a negative type of circle or a positive circle or your intimate circle, then none of them know that. They just know that you stuck them in a circle. And people will see if you have a public profile and you've shared who's in your circles. I usually don't do that, so people don't know who's in my circles, but you can also add this to your public profile and they can see that I've added, for example, Mark to a circle. Things like that. Not a specific circle, but just any circle. And the other thing here is important is that if I add him to my circle, that doesn't necessarily mean that he has to add me back. It just means that I am giving him permission to see what I share with him. Unless he adds me to his circle, I won't see what he shares. So this is not something like Facebook where I have to add someone back to have this type of interaction. Rather, it's much easier. I can share things with him, and he does not have to share things with me until he adds me to one of his circles. So this can be just one directional, and you don't have to worry about it. Most of the time, I add people when they send me invites or they've shared something with me just so they can see my stuff, because I try to add more public stuff on Google+. But either way, even if I did add him to a circle, if I share a post with just another circle, then that person who's in this circle still won't see anything. So this is much more fine-tuned than, for example, Facebook, and allows you a lot more privacy in many instances. So I'll click on that. That gets popped up here. So now I have this. If I click on test, it's going to pop up and tell me who's in that circle right here. So there's no real problem there. I can see exactly who's there. I can actually take him and add to another circle if I want. And now I have him in various circles. I don't have to have him just in one. He can be in various. And if I don't want him in this one, I can pop up here, put the X here, and take him out. He falls away. And I can just have them in this circle. So you can really fine-tune these circles in such a way that you have a person in many. You can get rid of them and anything you like. If you have a circle, for example, intimate, and then all of a sudden the one person is not so intimate anymore because he's not very friendly to you, you can get rid of him just to make sure he doesn't see anything in the future. So it's very, very simple to move things around here. It allows you to do whatever you want. Now, finally, that we have the circle, we're just going to finish off this video by going back home and looking to see how this works. So we're going to hop back into the main system here, and it finally loads up. Now, when I want to share what's new, for example, instead of putting public here, I can press hi here, and I can go here and I can put the circle test, and anyone in that circle will see this post, but no one else will. It no longer is public, only these people can see it. And I can also email this person to tell them that I'm sharing something with them. So that's very useful, especially if they don't enter Google Plus that often, so you sort of force them to see that you've shared something with them. And after you're done with that, all you do is press share, and then afterwards it pops into this. And then I can close that up. Finally, because of the fact that I don't want Mark to see these wonderful things, I go over here and I can delete this post by clicking on this and clicking on delete, and it will tell me, do you want to delete this permanently? Yes, I want to delete it, and the post has now been deleted and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So these are the basic options in regards to circles. I hope you can take advantage of them, use them well, and I hope they help you a lot in regards to your sharing future. Take care.